Let's go ahead and try to kill them both at the same time. Ooh, we got Obscurus. We need to Obscurus them back. They're both almost dead, so I think we want to summon Ron, and whoever the Ron doesn't target, we Obscurus. Alright, we know what to do. Perfect strategy at the end. Hello everyone, I'm Digital Halo, and today we have a Hermione deck that's super easy to play. If you like this sort of content, come join me on YouTube Live on weekends from 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. US Central Time. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button. In about a week, I'll also be streaming on Twitch after work on weekdays, and the link for my Twitch will be in the description below. Alright, let's talk about the deck, starting with companions, and first up we have Hermione. She's just there to copy your expensive spells like Obscurus and Thunderstorm, and if she copies 2 spells, that's really good, but even if she copies 1 spell, she's still worth it. After that, we have Ron to clear up the board in the mid game, and finally we have McGonagall because we spam a lot and sometimes she can summon a knight for us. She's also there to help us neutralize threats in the end game. Alright, let's talk about the deck, and we have 2 types of spells in this deck. First, we have cheap spells that make our expensive spells less expensive because of Hermione's Echo, and also they're just there for rotation. Our first rotation card is Expulso, and it's there to help you counter Nebulous, but apart from that, it's just there for rotation. Next, we have Apugno, which goes really well with Obscurus and Broomstick. After that, we have Broomstick, which is really good with Apugno, and also counters Nebulous if they use Nebulous to counter your Thunderstorm. Following that, we have our own Nebulous to counter Thunderstorm. Following that, we have Portkey, and Portkey is really cool. It has a lot of uses in this deck. The main use for Portkey in this deck is to play it inside the opponent's Nebulous, so we have vision inside their Nebulous and our Thunderstorm still hits them. The second use for Portkey is to dodge stuff like Water Orb or Whizbang, which you'll be seeing later on. Next up, we have our expensive spells, starting with Obscurus. Obscurus is really good because it does a ton of damage, and usually you can play it for 3 mana, which makes it really overpowered. It's a great finishing card, so make sure you have it in your back pocket whenever you want to finish the game. Next up, we have Thunderstorm, which only costs 3 mana when we play it, and it is awesome because we have Expulso, Broomstick, and Portkey to help us enable us to do damage with this card. Finally, we have the Wolfmaker, and he costs 0 mana when we play him. That's all he's there for, he's just cheap rotation. Let's go ahead and take this deck into ranked. Our partner is from Chile, that's pretty sick. And I think they might have a Thunderstorm deck as well. They had Mastery of Magic on it. We want to just use cheap spells like Expulso and Nebulous. They use Thunderstorm, so we should probably use Nebulous. And right now we need to use another cheap spell. Perfect. Portkey is going to be used now so we can get away from their Water Orb. What? It teleported me right on top of the Water Orb. That kind of sucks. Let's use Thunderstorm so Hermione can use it too. Do a ton of damage that way. Expulso again. We need to get away from Malfoy Gang. I think we need to use Obscurus because it's cheap already and they're in the corner, so it's gonna hit every tick on them. Hermione killed the Malfoy Gang and she's still alive. That's pretty awesome. We need to use Broomstick to get away from the last hit of that. That's pretty good. Okay, so we need to just start using cheap cards again. Nebulous is first up, which made our Thunderstorm cheaper. Now we're gonna use Apugno and Expulso whenever we have it up, so we can make Obscurus cheaper. Perfect. Obscurus is cheaper, and we got rid of her Water Orb with our Expulso. We need to run away from these books and Obscurus. Our Ron's coming up, so we can just use that on the books. I'm not really scared of them. They missed their Inflatus. Perfect. Our Doggy's about to cost 0 mana, so let's use Nebulous and summon the dog. Aw man, that Death Eater is going to destroy my Ron. Let's try to Expulso him. It's too late, but it's okay. I think we need to go back in that Nebulous because they use Thunderstorm. We can use ours too. And instead of using Portkey in their Nebulous, which I would have to walk there for, I'm just going to use the Broomstick, a classic counter right there. Our Obscurus is really cheap, so let's go and use that on Prom Queen, I think. Whenever we can. No, she has a lot of... The other person has a lot of health, so let's try to kill her first. Ooh, we're getting Water Orb. Let's Expulso to get rid of that Water Orb so we don't take damage. We're going to use a Pugno now. Ooh, we need to run away from that Fire Crab. That's terrifying. I have a lot of respect for that Fire Crab. Okay, they're both really close to death. We have to kill them. I think that Thunderstorm should do it. Yeah, we win. Easy. Impressive win. I did a ton of damage that game, and I don't even have all these cards leveled up too high. I just don't use them enough to have them leveled up too high. Alright, let's go to our next game. Our partner's on a 4-game win streak. Let's hope we don't ruin it. Our partner might be a whiz-bang player. Okay, she is a whiz-bang player. We can see on the top left that she is. Expulso missed. We need to kill Gromp. Let's play Nebulous to make our spells cheaper. Thunderstorm is perfect here. We need to make our Obscurus cheaper next. So we might just want to use our Broomstick and maybe Portkey. I don't really see a reason to use Portkey yet. Okay. Our Obscurus is going to be super easy to hit because we know where they're going to be with their Diabolica. Okay, our partner is using their Diabolica to our advantage. That's pretty sick. Let's use Nebulous so we don't get hit by Thunderstorm. That's kind of a bad Water Orb. That's 6 mana wasted. And Thunderstorm's going to be really good here. Ooh, that's a really good Obscurus, but they're going to get hit heavy with all these spells when they come out of that Obscurus, which is perfect. Let's go ahead and try to kill them both at the same time. Ooh, we got Obscurus. We need to Obscurus them back. They're both almost dead, so I think we want to summon Ron, and whoever the Ron doesn't target, we Obscurus. Alright, we know what to do. Perfect strategy at the end. 5-head move, guys. Potter? I like the name. Alright, next game, and both our opponents have 10-game win streak. Okay, they've been playing together, and clearly they're good together. I wonder what deck they're playing. Is it a Neville Hagrid combo? That combo is insane. It's so strong. Okay, we go with the classic strategy of Expulso and just making our spells cheaper. She took damage from the Expulso. That's good. We need to hide from the Diabolica. That was a really good Stupefy by our partner. I'm not sure what to do. We can probably Hermione into Obscurus because we know where they are because of the Diabolica. They both used Phoenix, which really makes their card rotation much smaller. I like that. I've been liking Phoenix as a card much more. Thunderstorm into more cheap spells, hopefully. They teleported and used Portrigo. You don't see that card much, but in Diabolica decks, it's actually really good. Nebulous into Obscurus. Yeah, I like that. I want to get rid of Kevin. I don't want him to get too much value in this matchup. We just need to play cheap cards again. So a Pugno and maybe take out one of the Phoenixes. Perfect. That Fire Crab is going to be so much value in this game. Good thing we used Thunderstorm because she summoned Dragon Egg, which means it's not going to be healing much. Do we just go and play Ron? I think so. There's not much use for Nebulous in this matchup, but we can just use it to make our spells cheaper. And Obscurus was a good idea there. Our partner also has Diabolica, but I won't be ever going in it because I just don't want to be grouped up with him. Let's go ahead and kill Ivy and our big boy over here, level 13 Gromp. I like it. Let's use Thunderstorm. We're going to do a lot of damage. I think the strategy of this game is to kill one of them over and over until it's going to be a 2v1 because they're not doing much damage to us. This is going to be a war of attrition here. Let's Expulso the Fire Crab back and run away from that Death Eater. So it's not a Hagrid deck, it's a Bellatrix deck. Interesting. And a Pugno makes our Obscurus cheaper. Death Eater's dead. Let's go into Obscurus. Yeah, let's do that. Let's play McGonagall into a cheap Thunderstorm. And Nebulous, so we don't really take damage from much. Expulso again, and a Pugno. 1 mana Pugno, cool. Into Broomstick. We need to get rid of their McGonagall, so I think we're just going to play cheap spells like Portkey and Nebulous. We need to get rid of their McGonagall. They got rid of ours, so Expulso time. We can use it in their Portrigo, but there's really no reason to get them out of the Portrigo. Okay, time to play Dog, which was free, into Thunderstorm, and get them out of their Portrigo. And we need to make our Obscurus cheaper, which it actually is already, so let's go and try to kill Kara. Actually, no. Oh, they used Portrigo. We need to go back so we don't take too much damage, and Nebulous into a Pugno. We're taking a lot of damage. Let's use Thunderstorm and Expulso on the Death Eaters. Yeah, good idea. Okay, we need to kill Cassandra, which will happen with the Pugnos. Okay, it didn't happen with the Pugnos. I didn't do as much damage as I thought I would be doing. Let's use our broomstick and maybe do Obscurus after that. Oops, we missed. It's okay, we killed Cassandra, which is fine. Let's kill the dragon, which is doing a lot of damage to us. Run away from here, and a cheap thunderstorm. Let's get him out of that Pertrigo. Yeah, let's do it. Our thunderstorm isn't doing much, which is fine. Let's just do that now. I kind of waited too long there. And Obscurus again, getting rid of the Phoenix, hopefully. Nope, I did not get rid of the Phoenix. We need to just play cheap spells. Our doggie's free. We could probably play Expulso or Portkey. That was a really good Stupefy by our partner. Expulso again. She didn't get the heal from the Phoenix. That's great. Obscurus again. One dead. Although Soul Amor has full health. That's not great. Nebulous into more cheap spells. 3 mana Thunderstorm. Yep, good idea. And Expulso again? I think so. Yeah, because we need to get him out of the Pertrigo. I learned from last time. We can't let them just sit in there for too long. We need a shield, so Portkey's going to provide us a shield. Wow. That was a horrible teleport, Portkey. That kind of sucked. Looks like Kara can't be revived, or she's not being revived, so we need to revive her partner and just go after the one person that's left. Which is going to be pretty easy. She can't be revived, so we just use Expulso to get those things away from her. And we just use Obscurus. She should be dead. Yeah. GG. That was a long game. But it's okay. We can attrition for the win with this deck, too. We have so many cheap spells.